So we went through the process and just felt that after numerous conversations and then talking last week with Jalen and his agent, that it was best to move forward and it was best interest of the Miami Dolphins and for Jalen Ramsey.
Today we're going to be talking about a move that has the potential to absolutely restructure the NFC West, and more specifically, San Francisco. This offseason, the Miami Dolphins made it clear they wanted to trade Jalen Ramsey, with Ramsey preferring to be traded to the West Coast, and the team with the most cap space on the West Coast right now is San Francisco. On top of that, San Francisco has the easiest schedule entering the 2025 season, so why not go all out, pick up one of the better cornerbacks across the entire league, and really make a Super Bowl push. On top of that, Jalen Ramsey has a flexibility Robert Saleh absolutely loves out of a defensive back. Not only can he play inside and outside as a corner, he can also play safety, and that may be where he ends up with San Francisco long term. So in this video, we'll discuss the potential trade of Jalen Ramsey, as well as what it would cost for San Francisco to get it done. But initially starting out, we need to examine why Ramsey wants to be traded from Miami to see if those same issues will stem in San Francisco. And this is what this article had to say. For all intents and purposes, the issues with Ramsey wanting out has nothing to do with the coaching staff, the scheme, or money in his pocket. Something, by the way, the Dolphins freely gave him last year. No, there is something else that is making Ramsey upset. If you eliminate everything else, the only thing left is that the organization is going absolutely nowhere and he wants nothing to do with it. There is no winning culture in Miami. And when you look at Miami recently, can you blame him? I don't really hate a player that wants out of a losing situation. I want players that want to win. On top of that, Ramsey isn't the only player unhappy with Miami's culture, with an offensive lineman recently calling them out, as well as Tyreek Hill to start the offseason. So now we need to talk about what it would really cost San Francisco to acquire the 30-year-old cornerback who's coming off a year in which he was ranked as the 16th best cornerback according to PFF. When we're talking about a team acquiring Ramsey's, arguably the most important factor is their cap space, which is why it's important San Francisco has $46 million, or the second most across the entire National Football League. That's because Jalen has $20.153 million left on his guaranteed salary, including $18.98 this year, so a team that acquires him needs to be able to pay that, which is why Albert Breer from NFL Network expects him to be pretty cheap as far as draft capital go, with him having the following to say: on those terms, maybe it's a 4th or a 5th round pick. So while it is probably just a couple year rental, at least for him as a cornerback to be an elite cornerback at the NFL level, it may put San Francisco over the top and maybe win the Super Bowl. So is $20 million worth a Super Bowl win? I say yes. This is especially the case in my opinion when you start diving a little bit more deeply into Ramsey's film and numbers from last year. Specifically, his PFF grade from last year was 76.9, as we already alluded to, which was the 16th best cornerback across the entire National Football League. On top of that, it's surprising how well he fit San Francisco's defense, specifically Robert Saleh's defense that prioritizes a defensive back's ability to come off the edge on some exotic blitzes. And when you look at his total pressures last year, Ramsey was first across the entire league with 12, meaning he can not only go shut down your best wide receiver on the outside, he can also come on the blitz, pressure your quarterback, cause an errant throw, or even get the sack. Maybe the stat I wasn't expecting out of Jalen though was his run defense grade as a corner, which was the 10th best among all corners, coming in at 85.7, which was better than both Deommodore Lenoir's grade and Renardo Green's. So clearly by picking up Ramsey, San Francisco would not only help their pass coverage, but also their run defense, which is something Robert Saleh definitely has been trying to do this offseason by picking up Mykel Williams, Alfred Collins, Nick Martin. These are all guys that can stuff the run. So can Ramsey. And when you are looking at long-term for San Francisco, if they decide to extend Ramsey, he could go ahead and play the safety position and take over there for San Francisco, maybe next to Malik Mustafa. So ultimately, when Jalen Ramsey is traded this offseason, don't be surprised if it's to San Francisco, a team with the second most cap space, the easiest schedule in the NFL, and has a potential to really push for the Super Bowl this year. But ultimately, these are just some of my thoughts on the Jalen Ramsey trade, and I'd like to hear your thoughts down below. Do you think it's a good fit for San Francisco? Personally, I do. Not just in the short term for him to be a cornerback, but long term, he could end up being their safety. And if they were able to make the Super Bowl this year and win it because of the addition of Ramsey, I don't care about $20 million or cutting a player next year. Now though, I want to hear your thoughts. Do you think it's worth the 4th or 5th round pick, as well as that $20 million I was mentioning earlier? Or do you think San Francisco should just roll with their younger players? It would also mean a ton to me if you could like and subscribe. And as always, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.